What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map, casting Dwarven Goldmine in the first 0 seconds of the game. His name is Victor, and he is playing Thor. His opponent today in the red color playing as Noir. His name is the Rapl. Yes, game number 2 of the final stage of the group stage of the Bearer of the Heavens tournament. I'm never going to remember this name. There's no bears in heaven. Guys, the ring bearer is not in the... Yes. Anyways, we see Noir coming through for Rapl, deciding to step away from the Fuji in favor of the Noir, not going with his tried and true Odin. Instead, he wants to win with the Chinese and put on a show for us. This might be his very first games with China. You never know. Now, the difference between... We've talked about this before, but the difference between Noir and Fuji... there's a couple of differences. So big ones are you can only get 4 immortals in the classical age. Yes, which is a lot less than 8. And you get yourself cheaper units, and that includes the immortal as well. The immortal goes down from 80 food, 40 gold to 72 food, 30 something, 36 gold or something like that. So it's very, very good. Very, very good. And you also get like cheaper halberdier, cheaper chokanoo, cheaper scout cavalry, everything's cheaper. You're feeling like you live in the dream. So we'll see how it's all going to go. We already see a very early wall getting thrown up by Victor, obviously utilizing that early Dwarven Goldmine to throw said wall up, being a very useful reason to get that early Goldmine. If you do not go early Dwarven Goldmine, you probably can't afford to throw this up, but I feel like Victor is going to need to throw his temple down fairly soon, which he hasn't done, which makes me slightly nervous for him. So we'll see how he's going to do. Scout Cavalry running around for Rapl, trying to find something in this game. And we do see a beautiful, beautiful hunt patch. I've never seen a more beautiful hunt patch than this. You get a hippopotamus right next to it. You get the zebra for days. It's absolutely beautiful here. I love that. I love that for Rapl. He's chucking down his temple as well, getting ready to advance to the second age as quickly as he can. Honestly, this kind of looks a little bit like a far second town center, but we'll see what's going to happen here for Rapl. Against Norse, against Thor, it's probably not that bad of an idea to go far second town center here. With China, you get access to a volley, which can deny your opponent's far second town center. Little known fact, there's a whole bunch of damage to it. But mostly, that town center is just absolutely delicious. You get all these zebra, all these hippopotamus. Oh, it's so good. Yum, 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 yum. So we'll see if he's going to do that or not. Or if he's just going to go full aggressive mode. See a second Ulfsark coming through for Victor as his temple is up in the middle of nowhere. He does have these hippopotamus over here that he wants to have, but Rapl does manage to scout it. Comes in with his scout cavalry, the zero line of sight scout cavalry. What is it? 8 line of sight? I don't know. It's next to nothing. It's such a sad scout cavalry in terms of his line of sight, but it is what it is. Yes, and lots of villages on gold. It is looking like Rapl is going to be going for a fasting town center, and we do in fact see Chang'e. We're seeing some variety in our Noir play. Normally, Noir does have access to Call to Arms as well, which is very good and is very worth it to be getting, especially if you can hold Noir for the Mythic Age, because Noir's actually got access to a Mythic Age god you don't normally see from the Chinese, which is very, very strong, and it gives one of the strongest myth units in the game, the White Tiger, and also some Earthen Dragons, which you can kind of class all over the map and cause some destruction with. But the White Tiger can come through, and you can cast yourself Call to Arms on that, get 2 White Tigers, and be absolutely bonkers with those. So we'll see how that's going to go. Villagers now moving over here to get onto those zebra as best as they can, get the town center up and live the dream. And we'll see what Victor's choice is here as well. We've also got this unit. It's a very unique unit, the Quillen or Killen. Its unique ability is that you can't use god powers on it. So that's cool. But also it has a secondary ability, which is Healer. It heals allies in a range of 10 for 50 hit points on death. 50 hit points. I'm not sure if that's each single unit or 50 in total, but it heals. It helps out a lot in a fight. If you've got a whole bunch of low HP units and the killer dies in the fight, and you can get him close enough to your units to die, you can get so many heals. And I'm pretty sure you can actually delete the killer to do that as well. So it could be very, very big. More houses coming down now for Victor. He's very, very defensively orientated in this game. He will see that second town center coming out for Rapl as it's immediately down. You see the double war academies coming down as well, as he's going to go into what seemingly looks like Chokanu Halberdier yet again, but off of 2 town center. They're very cheap as well. 54 wood, 36 gold, and the other one is also cheap. But you also have this upgrade with this god here, Jade Rabbit, plus 10% movement speed on your units, which makes you feel a little bit like you're playing Aranos. That's the ultimate power of China, is you can feel like you're playing every single god in the game. You get a little bit of Horus from Unbridled Anger. You get a little bit of Uranus from the Jade Rabbit. You just get it all. It's just living the dream, I'm sure. Or you even get a little bit of Odin with Stirrup, which is the Mythic Age upgrade for your cavalry. So you can get like super cavalry, similar to Thundering Hooves or Ring Giver. And you see that Rapl is going to be retreating back from here, not able to break through the wall just yet as the fight is ensuing. A couple of raiding cavalry coming over here as we do see a forward war academy getting chucked down. The villain does die there, as for some reason Rapl is forcing a fight. When you're 2 town centers, if you just put it up, you should not be forcing fights. This is some known facts. But Rappel's going for it here. He's trying to take down that Valkyrie. 1 HP remaining. Victor wants to keep this alive. He may be able to heal that one up if he gets out another Valkyrie here. Is he going to attempt to? No, he is not. We do see the... This god power is very strong, but he just used it on high mobility units and he just retreated away. So I think Rapl is just like, what does this do? Let me just click this. Why not? And we do in fact see the Valkyrie falling now. So 69 population for Victor, 67 population for the Rapl. If I was in Victor's shoes here, I would stop building units as soon as I saw that second town center and go straight to the Mythic Age, straight to the Heroic Age, and then go Hill Fort and then get Bogsvaga, and then get my town centers up. Or get 2 town centers first and then do the same thing, because you have these hippopotamus that are nice and safe. But he's not going for that. He's just going to keep building these raiding cavalry here. Rappel's going to be attempting to retreat back. He is trying to use those reinforcements to try and speed walk away here, it seems. Look at him go. Speedy units. No, he turns around, decides to fight this one. And as soon as he does that, Victor does say, all right, I'm out of here. Get the damage done, and I'm gone. Living the dream. Now, Victor with lots of wood in the bank. Rapl is definitely considering going to the Heroic Age here. He's still trying to fight. Whenever you do this and you're trying to go to the next age, you really should stop fighting, because it's not good. Fighting is not good if you're not producing units, because you don't know if your opponent's producing units or not. As Rapl is kind of like, well, why even you stop making units? And Victor's like, I like making units. He's going to be continuing to take these fights here. He's retreating away. Is he making units still? Yes, he's going all in onto those Halberdier. The army of Rapl is just kind of running around here as best as they can. So feel just very, very dangerously moving forward here as well. As still seeing these fights happen. Still getting some decent trades, because it is counter units against the raiding cavalry, but that's about it. As we see, Rapl has managed to click up to the next age here, and he is going through Dabo Gong. This is not what I was expecting. We don't see this god very often at all. It's more of a fast, heroic style god, giving you a big boost to your production by clicking Imperial Examination. We've got a whole bunch of War Academies up now for Rapl, and we'll see how it's going to go, as now Victor's got a huge army, and we're in a very similar position that we were in last game, where Victor has got the army advantage, and Rapl is going to the heroic age. Except now Rappel's got 2 town centers, so we'll see if it's going to matter in the slightest. We do see the army kind of very close to seeing these villages. I don't think Victor saw that then. These villagers are being very sneaky like, oh, he saw it. He saw the granary. He turns, and this is going to be 6 dead villagers. They will not make it out of here alive, though. Little known fact, we do have a bit of a god power that Rapl could use to get these guys back. Oh, wait. He used it straight away? Just wait. What are you doing? We see Imperial Examination cast here, as well as these units are going to be piling out of here, but Rapl just doesn't have the production to really make it work here. It's still 87 of 131 population, 111 population here, as the army has to retreat yet again here. And even the villagers aren't producing through this Imperial Examination, as Rapl just does not quite understand what he's doing with this civ. Retreating back, the raiders coming through here, and Rapl is still 0% on everything. He's got no gold income. He's got some gold income. Absolute nightmare though, that's for sure. He does have the Pixu, which is actually an interesting unit. It gives yourself 2.5 gold per second while fighting, which is cool. We did. There was like in the early stages of Age of Mythology, there was a kind of similar effect that came with the raiding cavalry getting gold when they fought, but it was deemed to be too strong. But giving it to like a myth unit that you can't really spam seems to be completely fine to give a little bit of extra resources here. And now Victor moves in, but he gets pushed back, and he's got to be careful here. He is 1 town center, and he is equal on villager count, but once Rapl gets his farms going and he's defended, which he seemingly has, the villager count will go into the favor of Rapl as well. But Rapl doesn't yet have himself plow, so he has managed to push back, and he's just going to hold here. So we'll see what Victor's going to do. Is he advancing? What is this? He's a madman. Victor's going through Bragi. I've seen Bragi used quite a few times, and every time I see it used, it fails. So we'll see how it goes. As Rapl is attempting to move out here. He's still not quite sure how to play 2 town center, essentially 2 town center Greek against Norse, but he's trying to make it work. Yeah, but normally you just go Skadi here, and the opponent immediately taps out, but we'll see how it's going to work. The battle boards are still pretty good against China, because they got those immortals, and they're not the best against battle boards. Because battle boards are speedy and they can run away and whatever. And now the fight is ensuing as the raiding cavalry are going to attempt to surround a little bit here as well. The army of Rapl is trying to retreat away from here, and he does get that speed walk here a little bit. You can see these units moving really fast and these units moving really quick. Allows Rapl to get out of here without too much pain. The villagers are over here on this gold mine, doing nicely. And maybe Victor is thinking about Ragnarok flaming weapons here. Just maybe. He is on the farms. He's got a lot of food still remaining. We do see the Pixu over here getting dealt with by the battle boar. A little bit of a mistake from Rapl to be fighting that one when he could be fighting the villagers instead. But the villagers helping out as well to just finish off that Pixu just a little bit better, a little bit quicker. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it is what it is. So the fighting is continuing here. Rapl still no upgrades on his military units. So Chekanu trying to focus fire those medium throwing axemen as best as he possibly can. And population difference here is still very, very equal, it would seem. Still a couple more villages for the Rapl as he's trying trying to fight back, but it's seemingly looking like Victor is able to win. And this is part of the reason this is happening is because there's no immortals in this army for Rapl. It's such an important unit to have because they take down the throwing axemen incredibly fast because the throwing axemen have very low pierce armor, and the immortals have very high pierce damage. And not only that, they don't miss. And you can also compare that to the Chokanu, which is doing 7 damage, whereas the immortal does like 9 damage per second or even more. I can't remember. So they just completely chew through the throwing axemen, but not happening in this game just yet. And Victor is still holding off on clicking flaming weapons anytime soon here. There's the battle ball swing around the back. Some damage done. Still very, very nice fights for Victor as there's no heroes here for Rapl. Is he starting any production of heroes? No, just more villagers. Fair enough. And there's the Mythic Age through for Victor, and we do see a tap out from Rapl as Victor manages to 2-0 the second Vubly expert in his kind of EE tournament career here. Rapl experimenting a little bit with the Chinese. Victor trolling, saying Norse power, as Rapl did not quite make it work here. He tried the Chinese out, and it's the first time China. Classic. Absolute classic here from the Rapl. He does have another chance here. He's going to go to the losers finals. He still has two players from each group get to go on. So Rapl is going to try and win that one. We're going to move on to the losers semis right now. It's his Maito against Bonkiki, and we'll see how those guys are going to do. If you guys are enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're on the Twitch, hit the follow button. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I've lost my train of thought. I'll see you in the next game.